Here we're bringing back a little bit of downware. Bitches. Alright, anyway, we have ourselves an audio commentary. Gasp. And we've got Human vs. Night Elf. And as you can tell by the players and the obs, this is not one of those LAN games from China, because the one Human vs. Night Elf game lasted about 8 minutes. It was as bad as Phreak vs. Cygnus game 1. Massive tower rush, good game noob elf. So, I'm not doing a commentary on that, we already have one. Alright, so, this is actually going to be Human vs. Night Elf on Lost Temple, and as the map loads up, you'll probably say, fast expansion map. And yes, it is a fast expansion map. And we're going to see a lot of fast expos, lots of tier 1, tier 2 armies, and fun Gosu Warden usage, because everyone loves the Warden, especially Night Elf. Actually, only Night Elf, but what's that? But whatever. You know what? F you. Alright. Anyway, we're at the 15-second mark at the 1x speed, like always, from He-Man's point of view. We've got S-Jow, or Show, or however the hell you want to pronounce it, from Infinity Esports. We've got Schrot Commando, He-Man, who, well, everyone should know his clan, and most people should know He-Man. He's Gosu. F you. Alright. So I'll be dropping some random F-bombs just to be a little bit more like Downware, because I know we all miss him dearly. Lineage 2 bastard noob motherfucker. Alright. Anyway, let's go ahead and unpause this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause. Alright, we're at 16 seconds now, and steadily going along. We see the very standard Altar Barracks, big surprise there for the human player. And he's going to be like, GG noob, I make footmen and fast expand. Hacks, or not. Anyway, the interesting thing about this matchup is that Night Elf can build their tree while crossing with the Warden, and the human's none the wiser, where the Warden actually gets to go and stop the human expansion because it's pretty easy. It takes not very much micro to use one hero. It's like DOTA, except DOTA gets like plus 300 damage on heroes. It's fun. Anyway, we've got a sort of a bit of a base build for He-Man. Not great on the... I guess we'll... okay, let's start a new train of thought. The altar next to the Town Hall will leave enough room for a hero. So when you're smart, you can actually block that off with a peon after the hero comes in and block him off. And then you can set up farms, as you can see, to block off all the other entrances and force the Warden, or whatever hero comes out, to only go in one direction, or take one path, etc. Now, I'm actually taking a liking to go and keep it the grow first against human on this kind of a map, because you can easily entangle a unit or a creep and get free kills, you know, freer than a Shadow Strike would do for you. Also being ranged, it's easy for the KRTG to kind of stay away from his opponent. You know, lets him be a little safer. You can see the footman getting churned out. There we go. The farm finishes. He makes another footy. And, you know, he's just pumping out the units. You can see that the remainder of the block is being built on the right-hand side of the town hall. And the reason he's sending a militia out is to see if his opponent is next to him. If he's not next to him right there, then it's okay to expand. If he is, you're fucked. Because if the Night Elf spawns right next to your expansion, he's going to be in there by the time your Archmage even reaches it. You're going to start gauging the creeps, and the Shadow Strike comes in, and you can kiss your ass goodbye. And yes, I'm going to continue to drop F-bombs and swearing and shit, because I just want to be like Downware, noobs. Alright. So, we see the Water Elemental get summoned, and the Archmage is going to go chase that bastard Wisp away. Actually, he sends a militia after it, then he sends the Archmage. So, Cheryl's like, damn it, go the way. Go... Okay, anyway. So, the Wisp gets chased off. And as you can see, there's another Wisp actually coming in. See the footman, like, trying to bitch slap it. Doesn't work. So, you know, he's creeping. He's killing what he can before the Warden shows up, because he knows there's going to be a hero coming in. And so here comes the peasant. Sees the altar has been, is finished summoning whatever the heck it's summoning. Picked up the items. Replenishment potion's pretty good. Used to sell for 200 gold. Obviously not anymore. But, you know, the Warden comes in, and guess what? Shadow Strike, die. Now, if you had timed it really, really well, you actually could have actually popped in the gold mine as soon as Shadow Strike went off and wasted 65 mana. But since it's on the internet, there's some lag. Not happening. But you can see how much damage he's dealt just because, you know, of just one sort of Shadow Strike attempt. And so here we have He-Man building up his expo, because it's Gosu. And he's rallying out the footmen. Doing pretty well for himself. You know, puts the other workers onto the gold mine, or onto the town hall, I should say. He only has 4 guys on wood, though, which is kind of bad for him. But you notice he sends a 4th peasant onto the town hall, because you always want to have at least 4, otherwise it takes freaking forever. And you see this Gosu peasant hacking down that tree of life. He's just like totally owning it. And for that reason, he's actually going to go right for it and do whatever he can to knock that out. So he sends the peasant through the gold mine so that the Warden will stop tracking it. Of course, it's not very successful, and the peasant goes down, and so does this one. So, ouch. And so the peasant's gonna get bitch slapped by the Tree of Life, who has magically lost 135 hit points from the peasant. But we see, you know what, let's kill Nation of War, because that's smart, obviously. So you notice he gets to knock out a Wisp, and he's gonna kill his AOW as fast as he can, because more unit protection for Night Elf is no thanks. If the Night Elf gets to make a lot of units, he's screwed. So, he's pumping out the, he's not actually pumping out peasants from his main. He probably should, but whatever. He's just building up that expo with his, 3 workers. Just rallying out footmen, and he's gonna go try to kill the Wisps, and then knock out the Tree of Life as best he can. And the second Ancient of War, or the first Ancient of War, I guess I should say, is slowly making more and more units. Most likely Huntresses. And it'll be interesting. So detonate goes off, weakens all the WEs. Oh well, whatever, die. And so here we go, just gonna knock out the Wisp, because Wisps equals repairing, and repairing equals no thanks. So you notice the second detonate goes off, and kills one of the WEs, and he does badly on the EXP denial, and actually gives a free kill to his opponent. Good job, noob. You see the Moonwell being built right there, to keep the Wisps in line. By that, I mean, I'm actually not losing a Wisp. It's always nice. Actually, he was going to build it anyway, but whatever. Alright, and so now he's going to attack the Tree of Life because because Gosu, noob. LOL. Alright, no, really? He's attacking the Tree of Life because he wants to he really wants to make him root it, which is what he just did right here. Now, okay, let's pause it just so I can explain that. Pause in 3, 2, 1, pause. I'm at 528, so I might be a little off, whatever. Okay, so first of all, why the Night Elf player rooted is because it turns fortified. It can still swing, so you might as well prevent as much damage as you can. Now, why He-Man wants the Night Elf player to root is because while that's not entangling the gold mine, that's gold that he's not mining. You know, while he's trying to, you know, make the Tree of Life fight and having it get repaired and eating trees and all this random shit, he's not mining gold out of his expo. And so the longer he can delay this Tree of Life, the better off he is, because just as you saw in the last commentary, you know, delaying the expansion for as long as you can is the only way you're really going to be able to stay alive with one base. Although now that he's got actually a second base up, you know, it just accentuates his advantage. You know, he's already got it up, he's already starting to pull money out of it, but the longer he can delay his opponent, the better. And he's even dealt 135 damage with that peasant, so how can you not say it's Gosu? Alright, anyway, he's building up his lumber mill so he can start towering. As you can see, he's putting up one at his expansion, or maybe not if you're right behind me. And he's still not taking the tier 2 because he really wants to solidify his advantage right here. You know, he doesn't really have a lot of footmen. You know, he's got, let's see, 2 at the fountain. He's got 3 with his army. He's got 1 rallying out, you know. But the Night Elf can just pump out Huntresses pretty fast, especially once that expo goes up, and he's going to get overwhelmed. So he wants to make sure that he has, you know, some kind of a solid grasp, because Night Elf can very easily just send those Huntresses and kill his expansion, because, you know, you can't call militia at expos anymore. It really kind of blows in general. So he's going to make sure that he gets his towers up, he gets the second racks if he's going for it, and he's just going to really just make sure he's safe. So let's go ahead and unpause. Again, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, unpause. I'm at 5:30. Okay, so he's, you know, making the Tree of Life go in and out, whatever. And there's more new elf Huntresses, but the human player realizes that he can't really fight anymore. There's no real damage he can do to the tree, so he's gonna back out, and Shadow Strike kills the footman. Hacks. Oh, well, you know, he tried to EXP deny, so that's cool. You get some semi-props for that. But now we see that he is attacking the tier 2. Now, if you're smart, he takes tier 2 out of his expansion, so you can call militia. But, you know, what can you do? It's total imbalance. Hacks. Okay. So he sends the peon out to see if his the Tree of Life is going to go and try to own more stuff. As you can see, it is. He builds the farm just to be annoying. Look at this. It actually draws out the creeps. And he builds another farm and cancels it. And the creeps are attacking the Tree of Life. Oh, damn. GG? I think so. I mean, come on. That's Gosu. You have to admit that that's pretty Gosu right there. You know, makes him root. Again, delaying the Tree of Life. I mean, he's doing everything he can to make sure that his opponent is not being ownage. So here we go. The Tree of Life is whacking on some creeps. The creeps are whacking on him. You know. And Cecil walks off to Huntress porn. Oops. Yes, Cecil subscribes to BDSM Huntress Weekly. Yeah, yes, Huntresses in bondage. It's pretty sick shit. You know, you creep some it's pretty much the creeps that have ensnare plus huntresses equals Cecil with his right hand stroking up and down. It's kind of nasty, but what can you do? It's total imbalance. Alright, anyway, he's hitting more wisps because it's Gosu noob. Okay, now really because he's just denying not experience, resources this whole time. As you can see, that Tree of Life at the Expo is making some wisps and still rooted. There's still no expansion for the Night of Play. The replay's halfway down. There's still no Expo up. So he's doing everything he can to really knock out these his expansion. Now, one of the reasons he's actually hitting the wisps, part of it denies not EXP. It denies resources. The second thing is that it also actually, what am I saying? Gosh, I'm sorry. It actually is a little bit of EXP if you can actually kill the wisps. Because if you can knock out the wisp, it's 25 EXP that he normally wouldn't have. Because since he's doing all this harassment, he's not creeping, obviously. Huntresses are not going to die, I'll guarantee you. And so, he's doing what he can to actually gain some experience while he's doing all this harassment stuff. Since wisp is easy to kill, he's going for it. Now you can see that he's doing whatever he can to actually kill his Tree of Life. He's actually pretty close to killing it. You can see it's losing hit points left and right. It's down to 180 hit points. However, look, he's focus firing the Archmage. That sucks. So he's going to have to TP soon. Darn, hacks. Alright, so, 71 hit points, and guess what? It's TP time. So 57 HP left. Almost got it, but, what can you do? If he had actually looped around the footman, he probably could have killed it. But, there's only so much you can do. Now, you notice that Tier 2 is finally finished, and he's getting himself an Arcane Sanctum and a Workshop, because, and he's also getting Rifleman. Because he knows that he's going to be facing a lot of Huntresses, and so he's building what he needs to be able to kill the Huntress as well. He's also using that potion of restoration finally, or whatever the hell it's called, to regain some hit points, as well as the Scroll of Restoration. So that's doing pretty well, and you can see this Ancient Protector trying to be Gosu and own some farms. Oh no, it's total imba. And so he roots, and it's anti-peasant time. GG. Alright. So looks like we've got some militia called, and they're going to go try to knock out that Ancient Protector. They're going to do what they can. And he runs back his peons, or his peasants, and all the AP can do now is hit some farms. Oh no. I'm scared. But, he can't turn back now, because he's all the way across the map. And so he's going to come in there, he's going to knock out the archers if he can. He notices the low Tree of Life, so he's going to summon, and he's going to do what he can to knock all this stuff out. He has the MK, which means, ha, noob, I have Stormbolt, GG. Alright, so the militia aren't actually attacking the AP, because he's microing a real fight. So Stormbolt goes off, quick focus fire on the Huntresses. He's killing the Huntresses because that's the easiest thing he can kill. He's got mostly Riflemen, so by knocking those out, it's his best bet. The Tree of Life is rooted, and it's eating the tree, so it's actually regenerating. And, he summons up all those water elementals, and that's some good damage. It's only 18 to 22, but that's pretty high when he's got 3 of them. Now, right here is when you use those offensive wisps, and you just knock him out with 3 wisps, and he could win a fight from there, but he's not doing that, and so we might actually lose some guys. We'll see. But here we go. We have the Knight of Flank going off. Looks like the Warden levels up, and we're going to use Stormbolt and more Ownage if we can. Notice the farm's still taking damage or whatever. Archmage is low. He needs to eat the potion. Eat the potion. Oh, Gosu eats the potion. Or bites the pillow. Okay, not really. And he's going to have to TP soon because if he's going to take a Shadow Strike pretty soon. So, just running away best he can. TP because he got entangled and he's not going to kill the last Huntress. So, he just escapes with his 31 hit point Archmage. Takes the Scroll of Regeneration, pops it immediately. And says, okay, your freaking Haxor Ancient Protector needs to die. And so he has a Mortar, and the Mortar says GG Ancient Protector, and it's going to go die. So, farm's down pretty low on HP, but the AP refocuses, and the Archmage gets hit by the splash damage. Notice it's getting hit by the AP, and it stops healing. Good job, noob. But the AP goes down, but he's got a Priest, so the Archmage is in good shape. But it's always worth it to heal what you can. It's not in bad shape. Alright. It's not a bad idea. There we go. So now let's go ahead and pause this again just so I can talk about stuff. So pause in 3, 2, 1, pause. I'm at 1130. So right now, the unit choice. We see that he has 2 Arcane Sanctums, he has a Workshop, and he has a Barracks. Now the reason for that is he wants a lot of support, because Entangling Roots owns just pretty much straight units. When you've got some Priests and Storks and whatnot, and you're able to heal to match the Entangle Roots, that's very, very useful. When you've got slow plus mortars, that means hunts are not going to be able to do very well. and just just really damaging the entire sort of damage potential that Huntresses have by using slow, it's even more useful because that accentuates priests and whatnot. He still has those 4 footmen alive, which is good. That's something you want to do, is you want to actually keep your initial units alive as long as you can, because otherwise it's going to give EXP to your opponent, and they're still decent tanking for when the fight goes on next. It's still 420 HP apiece, which, nothing to scoff at. It's useful. It's not like he wasted the money. He just kept them alive, which is smart. But he's pumping out the mortars because they're really great anti-huntress damage. He's pumping out, the priests and the sorks to make sure that his rifles can actually stand up to archers. So he's got anti-huntress, he's got anti-archer. And so unless there's some good fairy dragon and mountain giant usage, Night Elf can't do S versus him. So we're going to see how that works out. Especially with the level 3 Archmage, even more range damage. It just gets fun, and the Mountain King's going to get his clap soon. So let's unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. So I'm at 1132 on the replay. Okay, here we go. Creeping going off. Nothing really special. He's creeping because he wants to level up his Mountain King most of all. And also, he wants to get up to the 80 food mark and then fight again. So you will see that he's probably building another farm. Oh, just kidding. No, he's not. What a noob. He's not making another farm. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, I called that. GG. And you can see his blacksmith is working very hard, getting another level of attack upgrade. He actually loses a footman and creeps. That's fine, because he wants more rifles. Or mortars, either way. He picks up some scrolls of healing, because, again, he's got the money to spare. He might as well spend it on items. Okay, I didn't actually mention that before, but, whatever. But he's just making sure that his heroes are in good shape, has the invulnerability on the MK, scroll of healing on each hero. He just got, the rifleman / mortar attack upgrade. And that farm finishes, and he's going to make some more units, I would hope. And so you can see that's peasant train going off to expand again, because he realizes that he does have an edge. And here we go, we see there's a rifleman, and a mortar just finished. Alright, so he just built a rifleman, and I don't know what else. Whatever. But anyway, you can see that he built a rifle. He's going up to the 80 food mark. And he sends militia over to expand again, because he realizes he has the advantage. It's not like he specifically won a fight, but there's no way that the Night Elf player is expecting it. There's no way he's going to find it easily, because usually in this map, people don't scout the expansions at all. Like, ever, in the corners. So, it's unexpected, and it's pretty much at a good time because he knows he has a better army. He knows that he can be able to TP to it pretty soon because he's fast building it, and if not, well, whatever. He can still flank and force a TP if nothing else. But that's like a really good spot to really put an expo up, because it is pretty easy to just flank it, or, just have it never found, and either way, it works pretty well. So, now that Night Elf finally has his expo up, he's gotten it up for a decent amount of time, it's time to actually win a fight before the whole thing really, really levels out. Because, he has a good, 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 gold advantage from that. You can see 11,300 and 7,300. So actually 4,000 gold advantage. And so, that advantage will eventually level out. But for now, he's got a big one. Here we go. TP goes off right onto the army. There is a Dryad up, but whatever. He's going to focus down the Dryads and the Fairy Dragons first, most of all. So we can see how this is going to go. There's no DH, so the Night King will have pretty good mana, except for the fact that he doesn't have a mana potion. But you can see that the slow is pretty much owning the Keeper of the Grove, and he goes down. So he would have been able to get out otherwise. And yes, Fairy Dragons are hurting, kind of, but you know what? As long as he refocuses well, he's doing pretty well. And Stormbolt goes off on the Warden, and she will go down. Oh, FOK's then goes down. You can see that there is an MG out, but it's a little bit too late, as he only has one. And really, FDs are worthless as hell. They were fine in solo, overpowered in teams. Now they're worthless in solo, and I'm not sure how they fare in teams. They're decent, I think. I'm not sure. But whatever. So, yeah, FDs, don't even try. Just don't. It's not going to cut it when you're trying to kill some human casters. All you can do is mass up the archers and the MGs, and that really, you go archer, Dryad, MG with a Naga and a Keeper, and that essentially is an all-encompassing counter to anything human goes. Knights? No thanks. I've got Dryads and archers, and I've got a couple of MGs to tank. You want to go Griffins? No thanks, my Dryads are immune, and Archers do really good damage. You want to go Rifles? No thanks, I've got MGs, AoE, and Crab. You want to go AoE? No, I've got Dryads, they're immune. Noob. Let's see, you want to go Mortars? No, I've got Entangle, and FOK, and Archers. You want to go Footies? No thanks, I've got Mountain Giants. You're not touching me. And I've got AoE and shit. And, yeah, I guess this will be Phreak signing out at the 22-minute, 15-second mark. Goodbye, GG to you all, and there's no after-game chat, oh my god. Goodbye.